Hello everybody, this is Gregory with 5-Minute Catholic Apologetics and Living, where 5 minutes of your time may get you to the divine. Today I'm going to do an exhortation to tell you, close your eyes during Mass. Now before we begin, let's start with the prayer. In nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritui Sancti. Amen. Gloria Patri et Filio et Spiritui Sancto. Sicut erat in principio et nunc et semper et saecula saeculorum. Amen. Patris. Now, I could say this video is really geared toward men, but this video is geared toward everybody. We do have similar in a lot of episodes about kind of Mass comportment and some of the things that we can do to optimize our Mass experience. And yes, I mean, it's not just choosing a good solemn Mass, but we can't just always look at the speck over there when we have a log on our own. And to maximize our holy sacrifice of the Mass experience, there's things that we can do. And I would recommend to all people to close their eyes. And I think with some of you already know why I'm saying this. We had an episode about chapel veils, the kind of benefits of chapel veils, the chapel veil wars as I called it. And I try to explain to women that men appreciate chapel veils. And maybe they don't appreciate it, but one of the reasons why we have chapel veils is to stop men from looking at you. We're visual creatures. Women, not so much visual creatures, but we're visual creatures. And so similar to the chapel veils, how you're protecting your modesty and you're helping men not look at you or lust after you, closing your eyes is one of the reasons I would recommend to people that they keep their eyes closed. And I think of like masses that I've gone to, and if you look at liturgical abuses that drive me crazy, part 2, the thumbnail for that, there's a church in San Antonio, and I live in the greater San Antonio area, that has that octagonal design. So the altar's in the middle, and then all the pews are facing the altar. So what happens? Inevitably, we're not really looking at the altar. We're just looking at the people across from us. And so we're human in many ways, and we're like the dog from the Disney Pixar movie Up. It's like squirrel. We're just going to get distracted. And so closing our eyes, I think, really helps with that. Because when you think about it, how often do you really need to have your eyes open at Mass? How often? You already know when to stand up and when to sit. So you can't be like, oh, Gregory, I need my eyes open so I know when to do these things. You already know. You already know. So closing your eyes at Mass helps you eliminate distractions. And there's a lot of distractions. People coming in late, people coming in making noise, some baby doing this. Oh, you're looking for your friends. Oh, you're checking out that woman. Women, you're looking around so you can comment on somebody's dress and gossip about them, or maybe you're checking out other men. You close your eyes, you eliminate a lot of these things. So at Mass, I close my eyes. As soon as the crucifix comes down and I do my little pious solemn bow to that and to the priest, my eyes are closed. My eyes are closed during the Gloria, the act of contrition, the Confiteor. They're closed pretty much the whole time. When I sit down for the readings, they're closed. For the responsorial psalm, I don't need them open. They're closed. During the homily, they're closed pretty much. The only times I really have my eyes open is the collection. Like I said, I need to know when that's coming around, right? And also during the words of consecration, I like to look at it when the priest elevates and I say, my Lord and my God. And then, the time for the peace. We've had a video on that, how the peace offering has changed quite a bit since COVID. And then when I go receive the Eucharist, if I do receive it, if I'm in a state of grace. And that's about it until the end of Mass, and then when I walk out. Now, I'm not saying you have to have your eyes closed at all times. And of course, there's going to be extenuating circumstances. Let's say you have kids, or let's say you're with your spouse and they're always talking during Mass. First of all, I would tell them, hey, whatever it is you need to tell me after Mass. Mass, no talking. And you see this in the pews. A lot of people just during Mass, but no talking. But when I do have my eyes open, or if you want to choose to have your eyes open, okay, there's things you can look at. The crucifix, the tabernacle, the statues. If you have a church that has statues, the stained glass. These are great things because they help you focus on different events on Christ's life. The reason why we have the crucifix above the altar is to help us remember what he did for us. So you can certainly look at these things, but it's kind of like porn and other things. Like if you're already tempted to be looking around, it's honestly best just to close your eyes, because your eyes are not really needed during the Mass. Your ears are needed because that's how you know what to do when, but also how to offer sacrifice. Remember, we're offering a sacrifice as well during Mass. And so really the ears are much more crucial than the eyes. And I just think that if we all went through Mass with our eyes closed and no speaking, I think you would have a better experience at Mass, but so would everybody else. So in closing, if you're tempted in a lot of ways with all the visual stimuli that's out there during the Mass, just keep your eyes closed. Guys, post in the comments if you agree or disagree. Until next time, take care, God bless, and pray.